Hey guys, I am Deamonbane, and welcome to the vlog. Tonight is kind of an interesting night. Nothing too crazy happened. I had an incident the other day when I went to pull my brisket out of the fridge from the bet that I talked about in the previous vlog. Go watch it. Shh. Go watch it. Pause this. Go watch it. Anyway, when I went and got the brisket out of the fridge, I started to see a little something, so I stopped what I was doing, and I put the camera on, and I recorded something really cool that I wasn't expecting. So that'll be happening right now. I'm going to bust out my brisket, because it is the middle of the day today, and it's about 3:30ish on Tuesday, and I am hungry. So, time to bust out the brisket. Haha. Okay, there's my brisket, but what have we got here? That's not, I don't think it's, oh. Mountain Dew! I had a hidden Mountain Dew. Oh, I hope it's not frozen. It doesn't feel frozen. Any more hidden Mountain Dews? No. I had a hidden Mountain Dew. Don't tell anyone. Secret. Brisket. Excuse me. I'm gonna eat now. That was pretty epic. I'm still low on Mountain Dews. I was gracious. A fan was gracious enough to pick me up some Mountain Dew, which is really awesome. Here locally. I got fans. Pretty epic. So, another thing I tried to do not too long ago is I tried to roast some almonds. I was given I got a hold of this big bag of raw almonds. It was given to me by a friend of mine because he had gotten a bunch of them or whatever. So I don't really like raw nuts. I never really have. I prefer them roasted with like salt or whatever. So I tried roasting them in a toaster oven. And when they came out, they looked epic. They looked totally awesome. But they tasted like butt. So you live, you learn. Probably should have recorded me making them, but since they turned out like butt, I'm kind of glad I did. Oh, man. Oh, well. You live, you learn.
Hi, guys. I'm Deamonbane, and I'm just out here enjoying the weather. Rainy and cruddy as always. But hey, I have no room to complain. It's actually kind of nice out. Wearing a coat, which I normally don't do. But, yeah. I'm wearing a crummy shirt because I need to do laundry. So, I'm just going to be real with you guys. I've only got about 4 or 5 nice shirts. And those are just t-shirts. So, most of my shirts have holes in them. Side effect of being a bigger guy, when you try to do anything, or something, your shirt gets caught on something, or you get caught on a nail, or whatever, because you're so big, and you know, laws of momentum, object in motion, it tends to stay in motion. So because I'm so big and my mass, if I catch on something, it rips. Whew. So yeah, this shirt has a rip here, it has a rip on my side, a couple other spots, and it's got paint on it. This is actually one of my junk shirts. Sorry guys, but when I get home I'm gonna be all sweaty. I'm gonna need to take a shower and get out of this shirt anyway. So I figure, what the hey? I'm not trying to look good for anybody. I'm just me. And I gotta do laundry still, so yeah. One of the things I gotta do today is I gotta get quarters so I can do laundry. Fun. I also have a meeting today. Don't know if it's gonna happen or not. I need to call him when I get home. Ooh, hand was getting tired. Wasn't expecting that. It's gonna be hard learning to look at the camera. It's over there at the front of the phone. I'm recording my phone today. So hopefully everything turns out okay. I've only done this like once before, and I did it vertically, like a periscope type thing. And I didn't like the way that it turned out. So I'm gonna try it this way. I've got the phone sitting long ways now. So we'll see how it turns out. Oh, so let's see. What story could I tell you guys? I try to have stories and things that have happened that I can tell you guys, but my life is kind of routine. Wake up in the morning, take a shower, get dressed, clean my room, try to organize as much as I can. Usually, maybe have like a little snack or something, depending. If it's Sunday, I wake up much earlier and I go to church. Wednesday night, I go to Bible study. And it's a weird thing, because when I was a kid, I would never ever have thought that as an adult I'd go to church and Bible study. I used to get annoyed, you know, going to church every Sunday. I was like, man, I got other things I want to do. I could, you know, doing this or that or whatever. Read a book. Spent a lot of times reading books as a kid. But I really like going to this church. They're really, oh, hill. They're really cool, you know, and I've actually made some good friends, and since I'm not exactly the social type, it's actually a good thing. I'm not the type to just walk up to strangers and say, hey guys, how's it going? I'm Deamonbane. My pastor is somebody I've known for a long, long time. I originally met him when I was a kid. He was a member of the church I used to go to as a child. And he was the assistant pastor, or he was like my Sunday school teacher, I believe. Yeah. And he was my Sunday school teacher. So, he was also a member, the leader of a Christian rock band called Triton. So, it was awesome. So, when I moved out here from downtown Chicago, I looked up his band just because every once in a while, his bass player's son was my best friend, one of my best friends when I was a kid. So, I occasionally look him up just as I'm thinking about my buddy. Like, hey, I wonder what happened to, oh, what's his name? So, I looked him up, found out he was a pastor out where I was moving. And his church wasn't that far from where I was living. Thank you. That's a polite guy. So, when I got down here, I sent him a text message saying, hey, your church is, kind of close. Where is it exactly? Because I want to go. Turns out it was like in the next city over. So like, oh, that stinks. But good thing turned out, their church had a transport ministry, which means that they could come and pick me up, because I can't drive. let me just clarify. I can't drive because A, nobody ever taught me. And B, I get nervous. And C, I'm blind as a bat. Probably should have put C as A, but yeah, what you gonna do? Whew, yay! Time to walk. I don't know how much of this I'm actually gonna use, but we'll see. So up until about a year and a half ago, I was a big player in a game called World of Warcraft. So those of you who are gamers know it's awesome. It's my favorite game. And for someone like me on a limited budget, saving the $15 a month to play wasn't easy. A lot of times I would do favors for friends of mine in the game because I had the free time. And then they would in turn buy me a month of game time or whatever. Did a lot of stuff like that. It wasn't like a cash for gold thing or anything like that, so it wasn't technically against the terms of service. I had quite a few high-level characters, and I had been on for the midnight releases for Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Pandaria, and Warlords of Draenor. I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Hey guys. Wow. This video has been kind of crazy and it's taken me a long time to finish putting it together. When I last stopped the recording, the last clip I should say, I was talking about how I used to play World of Warcraft. I had to stop recording because I was at my destination, or close to it anyway. And downtown Joliet is kind of noisy. So, I was talking about how I used to play World of Warcraft. And for me, it was a really good chance for me to develop social skills. Because I hadn't really developed too many up to that point in my life. I was in my early to mid-20s, and I was initially introduced to it by a friend of mine who I had met at Games Workshop, where I was just starting my painting and just starting to get into models and things like that. And he was a pretty cool guy, and he introduced me to World of Warcraft. And at that time, back then, I didn't have a really nice computer. And I didn't really have even, I didn't even have internet at that point. That was a while ago. I had an old used laptop that I used for surfing the net, and basically I just used that to try to help me with my homework at the time. It was what I had originally gotten it for, and it was given to me by my father. It was like one of his old work laptops, so you couldn't run anything on it. It could basically run like a word processor and very basic AOL internet, with dial-up way back when. Boy, that was a long time ago. I couldn't afford cable internet for a while. I think I did end up getting cable internet at one point. But anyway, that's another story altogether. So I used to go to this internet cafe. And I used to go there, and you used to have to pay for time. So I would pay for, 4 or 5 hours or whatever. And then I'd play for a while, and then I would go home. And I actually shared a World of Warcraft account with my friend to get me introduced to it. Eventually, I bought another account, and it gave him the new account, and I kept his old account because I liked the character I was creating. And this was before you could transfer characters to other accounts and all that other craziness. This was, I want to say mid-Burning Crusade. Yeah, this is still Burning Crusade. And I found out, after I had been playing for a little while, that my brother, who I'll use his WoW name, my brother Terror Strike, was really into at the time because he was in the military, and when he started playing, so he had been playing for longer than I had, and it was awesome because being in DCFS, I had lost that connection with my brother, quite a bit. So I joined the server that he was on, which was Dark Iron, a PvP server, which, if I had my druthers, I would have rather not been on a PvP server once I figured out what it was and what it meant. But it's fine. It was awesome, and I still play on Dark Iron. I haven't in over a little over a year, because this apartment, I can't afford the internet here, with the rent and everything, because I don't have roommates anymore to split the rent. So that's okay, but I miss it. I miss my friends. But yeah, World of Warcraft was a great thing for me, and it really helped me introduced me to a lot of people, including some YouTubers you guys might know. I met initially through my roommate. She introduced me to Tegan and Cinelise. Cinelise had some controversy when she tried to do the Girls Gaming House, which people on the internet will know about. I wasn't a part of that because me and Cinelise weren't really talking at that time. I also know Wolfairs, also known as Pears or Rares, and another friend of ours, Terrell. And I was pretty good friends with all of them, and I miss hanging out with them. They knew Charm and Gigi. I never met them online. I think I may have been in an event with Charm at one point, but it was a while ago. I don't really remember. But I knew Tegan and I knew Cinelise, and I still know them. I haven't talked to them really too much lately, but if I ever get my internet back up and running, I would like to see how they're doing. So if they're out there and they're watching this, hi Tegan, hi Cin, it's me, Demon. Hi. So yeah, I've got tons of stories from playing World of Warcraft, and maybe I'll tell some more of those in my next video. In the meantime, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.